What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Thursday the 17th, 2022. We have great news. Cmmg just released their new line. Cmmg is a great company. I love them. I've got two of them back there. I've got a 308 right there, and I've got a Mark IV right there. I've got my absolute favorite rifle of all time. Their Mark 47 is what they call it now, but it used to be called the Mutant. And I know it was called the Mutant because I have the paperwork that said it was the Mutant. They don't call it that anymore, but this has been my absolute favorite rifle for years. I take this thing to classes everywhere. I've done little mini competitions with it. I shoot it all the time, thousands and thousands of rounds through it. It's a beast. That 308 right there, that thing's a beast. That thing's a long-range disaster for anything on the other end. The Mark III that's behind it, or no, the Mark IV that's behind it, that's the 223 version. That one's great. That one goes to class every now and then. That's just a great, regular 5.56. The kid takes that to class and just does absolutely fabulous. Generally, I just run Romeo red dots on these things, but you can put whatever you want. I have a scope there for long range hitting things on the fence line, coyotes and whatnot that could be back there. But anyway, on to what Cmmg is doing now. I'm actually I don't know how to feel. I have, a 7.62 by 39. I have a 308. I have a 223 or a 5.56, and they're all great rifles. I love them. I shoot the crap out of them. But now they've revamped their whole line. So now I've got a whole bunch of new rifles to look at that I didn't expect to have to look at because I'm trying to slow down on my gun purchases. But this company just put out some awesome stuff. I'll try to show you a little bit of it right now. It's an awful lot to digest. They've redone their website. They've really changed around a lot of how they operate, what they do. So I'm going to go through it little bit by little bit here. I'll show you what I found out this morning. So as far as I can tell, they're simplifying their line. It used to be a little confusing when you went to their website. I've been following them for so long that I could understand the different language that they spoke when you order from them or when you look at their products. They used to have a 100 series, 200 series, 300 series, and that was in a Resolute, which was their basic carbine length rifles. They had an Endeavor series, which was their usually longer length, nicer precision, still semi-automatic, but precision rifle platform. And then they had their Banshee line, which was, of course, their pistols. It got a little confusing when trying to separate the tiers out. I think they've simplified that. Now, their website's under construction right now is what I would call it. There's a lot of, unfound pages if you go to look at a few things. Right now, I can't even access it on my PC or on my laptop. I can't even access it on that. I was lucky to get to it on my phone, but right now I can't even find it coming up. So I think they're in the middle of changing things. I don't know if they're eliminating the 100, 200, 300 series, but they could be. I noticed they've changed around the line a little bit as far as what they're offering barrel length-wise. We'll go through some of that. They've changed the way they process orders. They no longer hit your credit card with an authorization and then let it drop off. There was problems with that. So now they just hit your credit card at the time of order. That way there's no, after 30 days, things change around in the bank and all that. No more of those shenanigans. They changed around their Cerakote line a lot. I liked it before. I still like it. They've changed it around to eliminate a few colors and to modify the names of a few colors, maybe the tones of it a little bit. As far as I can tell, they've changed Flat Dark Earth to Coyote Tan. They've changed Burnt Bronze to Midnight Bronze. Now, they used to have two different options for black. They had the hard coat anodized, or they had the graphite black. They had a little bit different look to them, but now they offer armor black. So I'm just assuming that they've mashed those two together and you get a hard coat armor finish no matter what. So from what I can tell, they've completely eliminated Stormtrooper White, Bazooka Green, OD Green, and Slate. Now they have Sniper Gray that replaces Slate, I believe. I think the only one to truly survive was Titanium. I also think another thing they're doing is they might have gotten rid of their SBR series. I think they might just be going with a pistol series and allowing you to change that out to an SBR if you want to. Again, their website might not be fully complete. They might not have everything totally up. Maybe I'm wrong about that. We'll see. I'll give you an update if anything changes. But right now, I don't see anything SBR on their website. I only see things AR pistol. So this new line is not following the looks of your traditional AR. The receiver, upper and lower, are both cut differently. They've put a lot of different little lines into them. They just look different. That's all I can say. They look a little bit sleeker. They look like they might, you know, ride on top of your gear a little bit better. Just have a little bit more rounded out features, kind of like when you take a 1911 and you dehorn it a little bit. It almost looks like they've done that, you know, made it just a little bit more user friendly. I will say, on the original Mutant, one of the things that got to me here, they did have some rough edges. So after all day long of running this, and you're running safety on this side over and over and over again, right here your finger will become raw if you don't run with gloves. So I've kind of dehorned some of the surface there myself. I noticed that the Mutant, or the Mark 47 that they have right now, even the new one, it still doesn't have a changeable trigger guard. It's the Mark 3 and the Mark 4 appear to have that. I could be wrong again. I'm just going by what I see on their website. But it would be nicer to get some of the sharper edges off of at least the Mark 47, which it appears that they might have done. So a big change for them now is their handguard. As you can see, I'll show you this one. This is their M-LOK handguard. And it looks nothing really like the one they have on there now. They've given you some pretty cool contours. They've put M-LOK slots at 3, 6, 9, and 12. So they've eliminated this large Picatinny rail all the way across the top. They still have it up front where, of course, you're going to put some sort of a backup sight or a, you know, whatever optic, IR, or not optic, but light or IR. So big difference there. You can see what that looks like pretty much compared to their new stuff. So these are going to come tricked out with all their zeroed stuff, basically. Their pistol grip, their trigger guard, their mag release, mag catch. Their safety selector is actually going to be 90 and 60 degree. Their anti-charging handle, like I said, their hand guard. They're going to have different muzzle brakes on there for you. The price, of course, is going to reflect that. But I think they're getting away from some of the more basic mil-spec buttstocks and hand guards, things like that, that everybody's just trading out on these things anyway right off the bat. I think they're just kind of eliminating that altogether for you. They know you're not going to keep it, and they have a pretty good line of stuff, so why not throw it on there? So the Mark III, Resolute. I like this rifle a lot. This is a hard hitter, really accurate, beautiful rifle. Let's see what they've done with it now. So as a general rule, the Endeavor models are going to have a stainless steel barrel. Anything underneath that, like the Resolute and the Banshees, they're going to have a chrome moly barrel. So the Mark III 308 comes in 4 different offerings. We have the Endeavor 20-inch and we have the Endeavor 24-inch. They both have a 1 in 10 twist. They're both using 70-75 T6 aluminum for the upper and the lower. That'd be billet aluminum. So the 24-inch comes in at 10.1 pounds and 45.2 inches. The 20-inch comes in at 8.8 pounds and 41.2 inches. Now when I measure my rifles, they're true to buttstop collapse. I don't know how it works with their ripstock or their rip braces, but I'm assuming they're measuring it with everything as collapsed as possible, like most people do. Then they have the Resolute. That's their 16-inch model. That's 8 pounds and comes in at 34 inches. Again, that's with the chrome moly barrel. The Banshee with a 12.5-inch barrel comes in at 7.4 pounds and 29.5 inches. When I bought this rifle, the Mark III, I didn't want to limit myself, so I definitely got the mid-size version. I wouldn't want the pistol. They're crazy obnoxious and you lose a lot of velocity in my opinion for what I want them for. But I did want the mid-range one. I wanted the Endeavor, but if I had to pick one, I just had to go with this one. If I had to buy the next one, it would definitely be an Endeavor, that's for sure. And it would be the 24-inch barrel. Okay, moving on to the Mark III. This is what the current Mark III looks like. Again, basic AR. Again, YouTube compliant magazine. This is not a 30-round magazine. So let's compare that to the new one. So the new redesigned Mark IV in 5.56 comes in 4 models also. We have the Endeavor, which is an 18-inch model, coming in at 7 pounds, 37.8 inches. That one does have a stainless steel barrel. The Resolute, coming in at 16.1 inches, 6.4 pounds, and an overall length of 32.5 inches. Now they have 2 versions of the Banshee because everybody likes AR-15 pistols. They have a 10.5 inch that comes in at 5.5 pounds and 26 inches overall. And they also have a Banshee in 12.5 inch barrel configuration that comes in at 5.9 pounds, 28 inches overall. On the Mark IV series, the upper receiver is made of 60-61 T6 aluminum and the lower is made of 70-75 T6 aluminum. As far as this rifle right here is concerned, I don't know. I don't think I would want an Endeavor. I'm not sure if I would want a pistol. I think I want a pistol in the mutant version. I wouldn't mind a pistol, but if I had to pick a pistol, it would be the mutant. So if you said to me, hey, you got to pick one of the new ones, which one are you going to take? I'd have to rock, paper, scissors myself over the 12.5 inch pistol and just getting another Resolute. I don't think I'd go for the Endeavor with this one, just because if I'm going to shoot long range, I like the Mark III. Now on to my all-time favorite, the Mark 47. The mutant, and this is the original mutant. Check out the Cmmg handguard. That's definitely so. Now with this new series, now we're on the 3rd generation of mutant, and I got the 1st. Again, YouTube compliant magazine. That's not a 30-round magazine. And there she is. Please excuse the O-light. This one actually works. I don't particularly love O-light. I've had mixed results with them. I've gotten them cheap before. We live, we learn, but this one actually works. So, and it's never failed. I beat it up. I use it all the time. I like to put Magpul slings on everything. I put the same sling on all my guns. That way, I know it. It's muscle memory. But nothing super cool about this one. It's basic stuff, mil spec everything until a while ago when I put the new stocks and handguard on this one. Other than that, I ran it just mil spec the whole way. It was fine. I love this gun. Let's see what they've done with it now. So, what I consider the 3rd iteration of the Mark 47, or the Mutant, we have 3 versions. So there is no Endeavor for this one, probably based on the caliber itself. It's not exactly a precision caliber. But the Resolute with a 16.1 inch barrel comes in at 7 pounds, 33 inches overall. The Banshee, their pistol version, they have 2 of those. They have an 8-inch version that comes in at 6 pounds, 23.8 inches overall, and their other Banshee is 12.5 inches, 6.5 pounds overall, and 28.7 inches overall. The upper and lower receiver are both made out of 70-75 T6 aluminum. Now, if you pushed me up against the wall and you said, all right, here we go, you got to buy a new one from the new line, and it's got to be a Mark 47, which one are you buying? Well, this one has served me so well. I almost would hate to replace this because it would just make me feel bad. I love this firearm and I just want to keep this one forever. However, I'd like to have a backup in case this one ever somehow crashes and burns on me. But I've always wanted a mutant pistol. I have one on my shirt. I've just always wanted one. So if you said, you gotta grab one, which one are you taking, which one are you buying, we're making you buy one right now, definitely I would take the pistol, and I would take it in 12.5 inch. The ballistics on this AK round, the 7.62 x 39, if you watch some videos out there, they do a lot of arguing over it, but I think it was In Range or Forgotten Weapons, they showed that when you shorten the barrel on a 7.62 x 39, you get really good ballistics still. It's able to take a shortened barrel, much better than a 308 can take it, and you know, I think in my opinion better than a 223 can take it. The AK round does really well out of a short barrel. So some of the firearms that are available only in the Resolute size, which would be like the normal 16.1 inch version, that would be the 6mm Arc, or the 350 Legend, or the 6.5 Grendel. The 6.5 Creedmoor is only available in the 20 or 24 inch Endeavor series. Now, price point. I'm sure you saw the prices that I had up there. They're pricey. They're not cheap rifles or pistols, but they've always been, you know, a better company. They're not a bottom bottom barrel company. They make a good product, they charge for it. I'm sure they've had to do a lot of, work to get their machines up to these new specifications of everything that they're making. They've put a lot of design work in, research and development. They're constantly improving. So let's see. I think the prices of all these firearms are going to go up. Who knows? This is what MSRP is. Let's see what they actually come out at when you start seeing them. You're going to see them on various auction sites and here and there and at stores, and maybe there'll be some deals going on. But I think they have a quality product. I've never really had a problem paying for the ones that I've paid for. I just bite the bullet, and it's the buy once, cry once idea for me. I really like their product, and I'll continue to like their product and use it as long as they deliver. I'd like to get my hands on some of these new ones. Let me know what you think in the comments if you'd like to get your hands on the new ones. I love the ones I have right now. Of course, now it's going to start all over again. Now I want to get my hands on newer ones. I'm not a big pistol person, but I do want to, like I said, mess with the mutant the Mark 47 mutant pistol. I'd like to mess with that. I don't know a whole bunch about 6mm arc and all that. I've never gotten into Creedmoor, not too much long range shooting, but I stick to the basics. The AK round, the 308, and the 5.56. Those are the ones I love, and those are the ones I'll keep playing with. Other than that, let me know what you think in the comments. I think this is awesome news. Anytime a company is willing to change around and better themselves, streamline their processes, get their manufacturing processes rolling smoother like they apparently are going to do from what they detailed on their website, hey, keep going with it. This company has increasingly innovated, come out with more stuff. They've delivered constantly. They're one of the game changers. They're not one of those that just keep going along and following the trends. They set the trends. They push the limits. They're an awesome company. I don't have a connection to them. This is full disclosure. I'm not paid by Cmmg. This is not an advertisement. I paid full price for all of my products, but I love their products. Their customer support is awesome, and I'm willing to come on here and tell you about their stuff because I think more people need to know about it. I take that mutant to class with me, and people have no idea. I take this to class, and everybody and their brother says, "What the heck is that? What the heck is that?" They all want to know what it is. A lot of people like to shoot it. I've seen this thing at range day. I've seen it at various events. They have the one that they call the Beast. They've just burned that thing down, probably a couple 100,000 rounds by now. They just run that thing in full auto until it's hot as heck. They drop it in a cooler of ice or a cooler of water. By the end of the day, they quench it, they pull it out, they start running it again. No lubrication. That thing just runs. And that's how that thing runs for me. At any classes or mini competitions I do, anything like that, it's just a beast. And it's actually highly accurate. That gun right there with Wolf crappy steel case ammunition, I can get pretty darn good. I can usually get 2 MOA with that, whereas I put it in my Wasser or something and it opens up to 4 MOA. Surprisingly, I put brass case ammunition in that firearm one time, and it didn't do so well. It likes the steel case ammunition. It actually optimizes those Tula and the Wolf and the Brown Bears. It brings them down to a very reasonable hard hitter. I've won a couple little mini competitions with that firearm, and I think it aggravates people because they love their 5.56. Enough about the mutant. All their firearms are awesome. I think you should try them all out. Again, this is not an advertisement for them. This is not a promotion. I'm just bringing you guys some news. I think it's awesome what they're doing, and I think you guys should check them out. Take a look at their website. Until then, thanks for watching. Stay safe, have fun, keep shooting. See you next time.